this meta, he should be at least a little bit better off than he was before. ThunderTalk can get overly aggressive, and if they do, Squash can capitalize off it. Let's not forget King is still relatively weak. Squash down low. ThunderTalk hasn't pushed up just yet, and honestly, I'm a fan of that. I'm glad they didn't get over aggressive. I think most teams would have. ThunderTalk realized, look, we've got the rest of the Alpha 7 roster down. Why do we want to expose ourselves to four individual 1v1v1v1s? Let's walk in together. Let's play our numbers. Let's take down Squash in a good controlled fashion.
No more first aids for Squash either. Just those stims. He's got 10 bandages. Could potentially heal a little bit, but he's just keeping that shotgun trained on the exits here for ThunderTalk. And they step into the meat grinder. Two go down. He turns his attention right. He's moving out wide. He still doesn't have the meds, but he gets the reload. And that's two of ThunderTalk down now as Squash hops in for more. King just able to find the angle in the last second there. It looked hairy, and it was for ThunderTalk. There could potentially be a third party, but they'll survive as four for now.
Yep, great work for ThunderTalk, but almost a heroic effort from Squash, a man who's been known to clutch up. And speaking of clutching, Rosemary has now entered the fight. Alter Ego's Ares is starting to move up, but they're doing it in a controlled fashion, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to fire those shots at the second window of Shing, who's up ahead for ThunderTalk. The rest of his team starting to come through. This isn't going to be an easy fight, but the good news to them, maybe unbeknownst, is, well, ThunderTalk is still recovering in a way. Yes, they've got their health, but now they don't have their wealth. They only have 3 men to work with, and it's all because of Arthur as well as Rosemary up ahead.
That is exactly what they needed to find there for Alter Ego. They didn't want to commit with the blue zone pushing in. This circle was just going to be too much of a threat to them. But now they're trying to roll forwards, and I wonder if they've taken too much time to deal with ThunderTalk here, and Gamax have extended their influence from the south side of Yasnaya Polyana. Losing two, well, they lost one earlier in this match to Nongshim Red Force. So losing another leaves just 2 players alive. Rosemary and Moana. Let's see what they can get done. They have, of course, I believe, if that flush comes through against ThunderTalk, that would be their 100th point, but they haven't managed to earn it just yet.
Not just yet, but you know what? They're getting close. We just saw Power take down a member from Intense Game who is very, very low on the standings, coming from the Americas region, actually the first place team from the Americas region, trying to break into top 8. I don't know if it's going to happen. They've got a lot of work ahead of them, and they're going to have to do it with just 3 men. And Thunder Talk rolling past.
Allow them to move forwards. That's what they're going to look for here. They're playing as 3. They lost 1 on the rotation, but they're up to 6 elims now. And they want to try and chase towards that 63-point boundary, which would look you healthy moving into the next matches.
Side note, Alter Egos have taken a long rotate through blue, maybe going behind that of Gamex. We do hop on board with them as Gamex is going to try and gatekeep. They're going to fire some shots. Alter Egos have had a tough game. And with Moana dropping in blue and Arthur firing some shots, fortunately, he's going to be finished off, and now it's left up to Rosemary, a solo, fighting against the entirety of the world. There's so many players still left. You have to think Rosemary has not much time left in Game 3.
He's going straight towards Nongshim. He's dead. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. How do you not connect that?
Oh, and he gets a crate too.
I would have been dead on if they weren't terrible at spraying that car down. I'm angry at Nongshim Red Force now.
Fair enough. Well, hey,
they're my enemy.
It's okay to be wrong. Okay, it's okay to be wrong. You were what, 3 seconds off?
Wrong Shim Ned Force. Red Force.
Okay. Well, Rosemary's still up. Punchmaster himself. Zone shift taking place relatively shortly. We know for a fact the Arena Falcons are going to be just fine where they currently are, dead center of the zone. They're still going to be within the next zone. Absolutely. There they are. They might have to rotate probably maybe next zone, but for now, they're doing just fine. For everybody else, well, you got a couple of teams. Gamax, who has been doing quite well this game. I got to give him credit. Ida, but Power, IG, AXTMG up on the top on the north side. It's going to be quite contested up there, and still you've got Kinotrope, you've got Thunder Talk and APG all within that eastern side of the zone, still waiting for this fight to conclude. Thunder Talk can't really make a move. Kinotrope has to kind of stay low. And Ida, surely not. Are they rotating into Gamex and maybe even behind Nongshim Red Force?
I think that may be the approach. I mean, it's difficult to go past Weibo, potentially looking to push in on across the road. Okay, they may be going to that ditch that Rosemary was trying to play around, I believe. Or was it the other crate? Not entirely sure. Either way, yeah, they're just going to try and insert north of Gamex, so they're not wrapping behind them. They are just looking to try and get across the road here. This standoff on the south side of the Yas fields continues between Thunder Talk and Kinotrope. There's 3 players alive for Thunder Talk, all 4 players alive for Kinotrope. It looks like they might be dry on nades, otherwise I imagine we'd be seeing some lime green art. Mint green? Not sure.
Mint green. I like mint green. I would say that's relatively close. Kinotrope, keep your head on a swivel, man, because I'm seeing some cars revving up. I'm thinking a push might be happening. They want to get this fight done and dusted and take them out. And the car does full send it in, it seems like, right? Thunder Talk actually hang on back. I thought I saw a car going straight in, but we don't. So for Thunder Talk, still okay. I only see 2. There's the third king off in the background. He wanted a vehicle.
Okay. He's just grabbing that back into control, making sure they have a multi-pronged attack. Okay. He's just grabbing that back into control, making sure they have a multi-pronged attack if they want to go for this one, because it is a 3v4 crash. Not too much assistance going to be delivered.
Let's go.
From off angles. Maybe a chime in from AXTMG if Kinotrope don't keep their heads down, or if Thunder Talk get a little bit too bold. Imagine the players are going to try and follow this one in. They'll know now that they're playing towards the back. Another bouncer, that's a stun over towards the back lines there. And that's why you can't stand up too much. That comes from across the way. That is AXTMG.
Push is finally in. AJ surpasses the hill, gets taken down immediately. Kinotrope knows the push was coming through the smoke. They were ready for it. They capitalized. AJ could still get back up, surprisingly, but Sitting wants to push in. He really does, and he's been hinting at the bogey push. It would be epic if he rolls in and runs over several members of the team that they've been fighting against for the longest time. Of course, that being Thunder Talk up ahead. The thing is, and I default to you, John, I mean, neither team can disengage in this moment. Like, they just got to continue to bump heads.
Yeah, it's a really difficult position to be in for both of these two teams. They're really tough to deal with. A double spray down there from Darkin, though. Have the backup of Emery, but he has to hit the deck and will not be able to assist anymore. Darkin goes down despite his gargantuan effort that he was able to put in. Another nade sent in from Arthur. It doesn't quite connect onto Emery. By the way, for Weibo, has just been in the middle of this circle like a turret. He's been taking shots over towards towards Thunder Talk, now down over towards Ida, now over towards Gamax.
क्या लग है भाई?
I'm assuming Nongshim Red Force, I'm pretty sure they'll have eaten the lead there, but he's a solo outpost
भाई अब
for
थोड़ा
Weibo,
zone
and he
हटा
has
है.
been for quite a while. The guy's nuts.
The guy's nuts indeed. I mean, to stay that center and beat a turret, as you said, not an easy task, because you know everybody's going to be focused on you from time to time. Finally, some fireworks going off. AJ's up close on final mark, going down from Kinotrope. Kinotrope looks to be losing this engagement. Only one player left alive. Thundertalk with one themselves. Both teams cannibalize each other, and it comes down to a 1v1 between Thundertalk and, of course, the last remaining members of the other roster they were fighting off against.
दो किल मिले.
That's one of the tough spots about being in that position, right? It's really it's a lose-lose situation. The most you walk out with is elimination points, but making it to late game once that fight finally concludes usually doesn't end very well.
Crawling on over.
But
Now
पीछे
XTMG,
तो
they
थे.
flexed out. They're moving on up.
अरे उतर के smoke तो
Immediately,
कर
that's
लेता.
Falcons actually taking shots out towards the north. They've been inside their compound for a while. The Falcons maintaining
smoke
control.
तो कर
We saw,
लेता.
of course, the arena
Smoke क्यों नहीं करा
earlier
इसने?
pushing up towards them on that western side of the compound. But the Falcons do have some dominant sight lines out towards the north, out towards the east. A crazy hop over the ridgeline here coming through Kinotrope, but it is not going to pay off. Unfortunately, it felt pretty, but it didn't end up that way.
For Thundertalk, they walk away with only one player alive, but give them credit where credit is due, 8 eliminations. They've done fairly well this game in the elimination category, and now for the remaining solo, his job is to stay alive. We focus our attention on E-Arena, who takes down IG with quick fashion. In this game, only one player up. Padrino, who's going to be on the outskirts, and Falcons still going to be opposite of E-Arena, who might be in a better position once the zone shifts, depending on how it ends up unfolding. You talked about Zook, who was that, of course, turret center of zone. Weibo starting to move up just a little bit, but it's getting a bit dicey between themselves, the solo of Ida, but also Nongshim Red Force.
Doxy getting collected there and sending on out wide.
बचा लेंगे. बचा लो तो लिया.
And regroup over towards this approach towards Sook, who's finally getting towards Sook, who's finally getting pushed off this hill with Alpha Gaming starting to poke their noses in. Oh, wait, no, take it back. It's just repositioning so he can hold the hill even better as they come on through. Ida do fall in this game as well, which means that now we're down to just 6 teams remaining. Knockback on
brutal knock
there from Nongshim Red Force.
All right, APG.
अभी लोग क्या उल पे पुल ओवर करेंगे? आ सकता है भाई अपना एक बंदा तो डेड सेंटर आके बैठ चुका है.
Everybody is basically a 4-man unit outside of APG unless the res does.
एक अपना बंदा डेड सेंटर आके बैठ चुका है.
Still dead center of the zone. Nongshim Red Force, great shots onto Weibo up ahead. Now the question is, how much value is Sook going to provide when we see Nongshim Red Force decide to push in to the 3 stragglers on the left-hand side for Weibo?
Sook should have broadside on this approach. It's going to force XFY, who has been lasering some shots on this hillside, to be into a low ground rotate. Beanie going to try and move on in as well, but Order starting to cook the nades. So is Henry. They are now exchanging ordnance from one another. The spray down's good. Again, connects over towards Order. In the meantime, by the way, Valor did just take a knock. I believe that's from Henry. Not likely to get flushed just yet, but this fight seems to be a little bit stagnated that we're on board with Weibo. Nongshim Red Force just taking a second, taking a beat.
Spread out quite a bit, aren't they? APG taking some shots onto Biddy.
भाई देख पोजी तो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है. To be honest, not even joking, पोजी बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है. But साला उधर से इसने नेड से कैसे नॉक किया? Okay, इधर.
Has yet to unfold completely, but it's about to start. E-Arena has to push up now. Blue zone is going to encompass where their current location is at. They've got to find a way to break their way through the defensive setup of Falcons in a hardcover POI. In my opinion, I think it's going to be an impossible situation, but we go back to game 2. I thought they were stuck between a rock and a hard place in the hardcover POI they were in, and they broke free. Is this time going to be any different?
It doesn't feel like it. There is a position ahead of them that has control over their sight lines, that has a really solid spot. The only thing that can change it is AXTMG. If they roll up towards the Falcons, there could be a third-party situation here that could go pretty much either
अबे
way.
एक और किल चोरी, एक और किल चोरी भाई, कितने किल चोरी हो गए काउंट करते रहो.
Looking to try and push up these hillsides. They've managed to actually get fairly far around on the northern flank of this ridgeline, around the Falcons' foothills. Will AXTMG take shots?
I don't think they will. They're so focused on APG now because they realize APG's on the outside looking in. They've got to come through, and Henry is firing shots down lane. Zayal is taking a vehicle in. So this fight between E-Arena as well as Falcons, it's just going to be those two teams. Nobody else. The winner going to be in such a powerful spot as we were setting up earlier, and the fireworks are going off. E-Arena's already lost one. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, well, they're still 4 strong, and they've got to maintain it. But does the tides turn? Well, not so much. Falcons with the Wolfpack looking so incredibly strong. E-Arena 2 down at the moment. Falcons still 4 strong, but more turn our luck. I'm staying alive.
WB जा रही है. NS से fight लेने. Let them fight bro. We have the zone.
Mormon, you go back to game 2.
अरे knock हो गया. Finish हो गया यार. अरे यार knock finish कैसे हो गया? 3 बचे अभी. अरे अरे सुख की टीम है यार. Falcon वालों मार दो इनको, मार दो. Jot मार इसको भी मार. Jot 1v3. Come on 1v3. शॉटगन होती है भाई. भाई इनका लास्ट बचा है रे. और अपनी 3 मैन है चैट. 163 के वॉचिंग. अरे XW रुक जाओ ये सब है बिल्कुल. कम ऑन NS को वाइप करना है. अपन जोन में भी है. NS से लफड़े निकालने के बस. राइट में है ना 2 ही बंदे हैं. Come on. Come on. दिख जाएगा यार पेड़ से थोड़ा. Come on यार टॉप 4 आ गया चैट. 6 किल निकाल लिए. 10 पॉइंटर गेम निकल रहा है. थोड़ा बेटर गेम निकल जाए. ऑर्डर जाना थोड़ा दिखाना वहां जाके. तेरा दिखाना उनको मारना. ऑर्डर तू मार देना भाई जाके उधर.
Losing Sook, who was on that turret swivel.
Come on boys, come on.
And hey, you know what? We came into this one.
गणपति बाबा मोरे, गणपति बाबा मोरे.
You said you were looking at horror.
1,66,000 लोग देख रहे.
Do you know who I said?
मार हेनरी इनको मार हेनरी.
I said Weibo.
Oh, you did. Well, you said it because Max Man said.
Cyrex बच के.
He said it at the start of the day, and I
Cyrex थोड़ा बच के. Cyrex बस. Please.
I agree.
Cyrex नॉक होगा ये लोग रन ओवर करेंगे. नॉक नहीं होना है Cyrex. पहले से रन ओवर के लिए आ रहा है यार चैट. Cyrex रन ओवर होगा. Cyrex रन ओवर होगा. Cyrex रन ओवर होगा. Cyrex.
I think so.
Nongshan Red Force.
Okay.
However, they're looking pretty hot as well. Weibo open the bidding.
अरे यार Cyrex नॉक हो गया यार.
Gonna be suffering pretty heavily here.
यार वो वहाँ पे चढ़ रहे हैं
Managed to see him. Uh-oh.
नॉक दिया अपन ने भी. एक नॉक दिया नेट से.
One still alive, one looking to thrive, and finally E-Arena are gone down top 3. AXTMG, Weibo knocks some Red Force.
Top 3 है. Top 3 with 6 kills.
Heavy losses, and they are going to be
Top 3 with 6 kills. 10 pointer.
It's going to be a 2v4. Knocksham Red
10 pointer
Force
निकला.
looking to potentially have a tremendous day so
हाँ 10
far.
pointer
They
निकला.
won game number 1 on
11 pointer
They're
निकला.
looking to take game
11 point
number 3. They are rocketing towards the top 8.
गाइस जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं एंटी जीजी इन द चैट पूरी स्टक हो गई क्योंकि तुमने पूरा यूट्यूब क्रैश कर दिया. 1,70,000 लोग देख रहे हैं. 1,70,000 लोग देख रहे मेरे को. 1,70,000 people watching. जितने भी लोग देख रहे हो लाइक सब्सक्राइब मारो. यूट्यूब क्रैश हो गया. चैट क्रैश हो गई. अपनी टीम ने पार दिया. They got 11 pointer. W
may actually work. They've left the player behind. Suppress the ridge line. They're trying to connect with the spray down. The order stays alive. That could be crucial.
P90 ले लिया भाई. लेडीज गन ले लिया. Oh bye.
Spray down with the P90s there. The nade in response, sure. And now order has to do something. He has to come up big. It's all up to him. A sliver of
1v2 ऑर्डर है भाई वो.
A decent amount, but it's a 1v3.
ऑर्डर है भाई. 1v2 निकाल सकता है भाई.
They've got the center.
गाइस इतने लोग देख रहे हैं एक साथ. सारे लाइक और सब्सक्राइब मारो. 170k people were watching.
It's all but closed down, and Nongshan Red Force want 2 chicken dinners today.
Here they go. Orders spring into action. He can
1v3.
potentially clutch this up, but he's going to have to work hard. He falls short.
NS अच्छा खेल रही है आज के दिन.
Second, and Nongshan Red Force finished the
इनका
game
दूसरा चिकन है इन लोगों का.
winner chicken dinner. 12 eliminations.
इनका दूसरा चिकन है भाई. भाई 1,70,000 लोग देखे. 11 पॉइंटर निकाले चैट. 1,70,000 people were watching me bro. Crazy भाई. 1,70,000 लोग भाई. 2 लाख जा सकते हैं बे. Thank you so much for tuning in boys. Thank you so much for the love and support. मीन्स अ लॉट। डब्ल्यू फॉर आवर बॉयज, वेरी वेल प्लेड। किल्स चोरी हुए, 4 किल्स चोरी हुए, चोरी नहीं होते, 10 किल होते अपने, एंड थर्ड आए थे 10 किल के साथ, मजा आ जाता। बट ठीक है, वी गॉट 11 पॉइंट्स, गुड इनफ, स्टिल वी कैन मैनेज टू क्वालिफाई। 3 मैचेस टू गो एंड 3 मैचेस में 30+ पॉइंट्स चाहिए। वी कैन मेक इट ब्रो, वी कैन एक्चुअली मेक इट बॉयज। बिग डब्ल्यू बे। भाई तुमने YouTube की क्रैश कर दिया भाई, YouTube की चैट ही क्रैश कर दी, मैं चैट ही नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ भाई। 170 के।
They would be scary. That's game 3 done. 3 more to go. We send it to a break. When we come back, game 4 coming your way.
भाई 1,70,000 लोग देख रहे थे, रिकॉर्ड बना दिया अभी। मेरी चैट आ जाए, थोड़ा चैट से मैं बात कर लूं भाई, तुम लोग चैट ही क्रैश कर दिया यार। 170 के डब्ल्यू। गणपति बप्पा मोरिया, खुशा ओपी, थैंक यू फॉर द 400 वाचिंग यू लाइक फील। आपको कितनी भूख है ई स्पोर्ट्स की, प्लीज ट्राई बीजेएम, आई विल बी हैप्पी टू सी यू अगेन, लव यू एंड एसिड। थैंक यू सो मच ईद भाई। भाई वाचिंग को नजर ना लगे, थैंक यू निंजा गॉड। चैट ही नहीं आ रही है भाई साहब। गाइस जितने भी लोग देख रहे हैं, आप लोग पिन कमेंट में ईडब्ल्यूसी का प्रेडिक्शन करो फैंटेसी में जाके, नेक्स्ट मैच कौन जीतेगा। आगे अपनी टीम बहुत क्रेजी खेल रही है भाई। चैट आ जा यार, मेरी चैट वापस आ जा भाई, चैट वापस आ ही नहीं रही। भाई साहब चैट ही नहीं चल रही, चैट ही नहीं चल रही, मैं कैसे बात करूं तुम लोग से। जो मैं एक बार पूरा बंद करता हूं डैशबोर्ड। क्या बग है बे चैट का ये, तुम लोगों ने यूट्यूब क्रैश कर दिए भाई। आ जाना यार चैट, क्या प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है। मौत डाल दिए पब्लिक। अरे रशद थैंक यू तो 1000 विच, आई लव यू। 170 के watching and the guy was fully focused on the game and not on the watching count. Passion for India and esports OP. PUBG should be glad for allowing this co-stream. GG to Team Aryan for third. Thank you so much Gaming Josh, appreciate your love and support. Thank you for the 200 मेरी जान। 5 किल चोरी हुए वरना 16 पॉइंटर थे। हाँ भी 4 या 5 किल चोरी हुए भी भाई, वो 16 पॉइंटर बहुत मजा आ जाता है रे। चैट 15 पॉइंटर निकला ना। गेमिंग जोश थैंक यू सो मच ब्रो, मींस अ लॉट। मेरी चैट ही नहीं चल रही यार, मेरे को लोगों से बात करना है, मेरे को लोगों से बात करना है। यूट्यूब भाई चैट ही नहीं चल रही। यूट्यूब प्लीज भाई क्या कर रहे हो यार, मेरे को लोगों से बात करना है। यूट्यूब इंडिया, इफ यू आर वाचिंग दिस आई नीड टू टॉक टू माय पीपल, यू कांट जस्ट बग माय चैट सेक्शन यार।
It also features the upgradable Hyperion ship DSR and Jet Reaver glider with special animations. Experience parachuting like never before. That's not
आ गई,
even more rewards.
आ गए आ गए आ गए आ गए। चैट इज बैक भाई। ये फिरंगी किल चुरा रहे हैं। अरे यार 5 किल वो चोरी नहीं होते ना चैट। थैंक्स आप पूरा YouTube क्रैश कर दिया। कीप ग्रोइंग, थैंक यू सो मच यार। आकांश, आकांशित Salaria, thank you for the 10 New Zealand dollars. We back, hearts in the chat, big hearts in the chat boys. We did 170 के watching, वो सब साइड में रखो। super happy for the team, momentum आया है again वापस after having a early elimination from AE. they managed, big hearts in the chat boys, pull off 11 points. W थोड़े kills चोरी नहीं होते तो 15 पॉइंटर का गेम था यार, बहुत मजा आता है यार चैट। वो 15 पॉइंटर मिलते ना, still our team can manage 3 मैचेस में 30+ पॉइंट्स चाहिए। they can make it boys, trust me guys, they can make it bे। 35-40 पॉइंट्स चाहिए बे 3 मैच में चाहिए रे चैट। हो सकता है रे, कर सकते 6 पॉइंट और मिलते बे। एक बार अपने टीम आर्यन के लिए, AX के लिए बिग 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 हार्ट्स इन द चैट एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सेटिंग अनदर रिकॉर्ड बॉयज। आज की स्ट्रीम पे 3 रिकॉर्ड बने। सबसे पहले 140, 142, 150, 170। ओह माय गॉड ब्रो, अगर 1,70,000 लोग देख रहे हैं मेरे को भाई, अच्छा दिख रहा हूं ना मैं? अच्छा दिख रहा हो, अच्छी जर्सी पहनो, अच्छा दिख रहा हो। 1,70,000 लोग देखे, माँ कसम भाई, 1,70,000 लोग देखे। बहुत टाइम बाद इतने व्यूज देखा हूँ। थैंक यू सो मच मेरी जान। WI नहीं, WW पे तैन में भाई, थैंक यू तो सर भाई। मेरा इतना मेरा बीपी, मेरा हार्ट बीट हाई हो गया था जब वो टीटी का बंदा बचा नहीं था, टीटी का और केन का रिज में सोलो बचे थे। आर्यन सबसे पहले अकेला, मैं ऐसा चिल्ला रहा हूँ कि भाई यहाँ पुश करो, यहीं से जोन मिलेगा, इनको मारो। भाई मेरा बीपी हाई हो गया था भाई। हेलो भाई, मेरा बीपी हाई हो गया था वहां पे। बोला इनको मारो, ओए ओए 11 पॉइंट।
Being able to clutch up a second place, followed up by 6 eliminations as well. 12 points for that squad.
I was clicking the button. Nongsha were in.
Rians, thank you for the €5. Love from Australia, bro. Shout out दे दो ध्रुव भाई, बिग शॉट ही मेरी जान। भाई पहले इंटरनेशनल के हिसाब से ना, द बॉयज आर प्लेइंग टू गुड, आई वोंट लाई ब्रो। पहले इंटरनेशनल के हिसाब से, और इनका ऑफिशियल का एक्सपीरियंस भी कम है। इन्होंने एक ऑफिशियल जीता, उसके पहले ऑफिशियल्स में लोग कितना खेले आई डोंट नो, बट स्टिल दे आर प्लेइंग।
Being able to collect some points as well.
Actually outplaying Alpha Gaming, in my opinion. Using the circle to their advantage and knowing that the circle is going to be hindering Alpha Gaming. And Alpha Gaming sending Doc in the docketing position, being a little bit off to the side compared to the rest of his team. And they're just like, you want to play that building? It's going to be in the blue in like 30 seconds. We'll wait. And they did wait, and then Alpha Gaming went out.
I never thought I would see this day, okay? Do me a favor, production. Do a solo shot on Max, man. And Max, I want you to repeat what you just said. They did what? AXTMG did what?
AXTMG outplayed Alpha Gaming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that right there, 1,000 new followers. That's what you like to see.
क्या बोला इसने?
Hey, but let's go
Calling
back
him
to the
out right
fight
here.
between
इसने बोला ना AXTMG आउटप्लेड अल्फा गेमिंग, ऐसा बोला शायद।
happened for the longest time. They delayed it, and I'm talking about Weibo Gaming. It got delayed so long that ultimately ended up hindering the potential of a win.
Yeah, I think they had been keeping an eye on that high ground for a long time, but what ended up happening was there were a lot of teams all around the edge of that.
Time to shine, India,
and
let's
for
go. One Piece Gaming, thank you for the 10
there
views.
was not the angle to actually get on there because AXTMG were on the other side. Nongshim coming into the high ground instead had
Big
a
number.
better angle up against AXTMG, so they were actually able to kind of take that away from them, take that high ground, whereas WBG just was not going to stand a chance against that.
I think we'll have to wait and see what happens, okay?
बट अगर बाय एनी चांस वो जो चिकन मारी है ना टीम एन नाम से, उनको मार देते ना भाई, अपना चिकन था। एक क्वालीफाई होगी ब्रो।
Esports, because last
भाई मैं तुमको लिख के दे रहा हूँ चैट, अगर इस वीक नहीं होना, आई प्रॉमिस यू, ये लोग नेक्स्ट वीक पक्का करेंगे।
let's go to an interview with
किल
them.
चोरी नहीं हुए थे तो
Take it away.
केन के 2 नॉक किए थे और रेव हो गए
Having
4
just
नहीं,
passed
सिर्फ 2
the
किल चोरी।
halfway point here on our final day of the group
Low kill
stage,
story,
I've
na?
got No Fear with me from Horror Esports. No Fear, you and your team are kind of tiptoeing around that cut-off point from
Come on,
8th
yaar,
place.
come on.
So maybe you'll have to fight
170K.
through the survival stage. Maybe
फिर
if
से
you
गई
have a
chat।
late push, you'll be able to get into the grand final spots from
चैट
today.
फिर से चली
Tell
गई।
me what issues you're facing, what problems you're running into, and what's going well for your team so far.
We are facing some issues in game, like information based game. We are lacking that, so we are trying to